Hi guys, it's Iman. Welcome to today's video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over what we've been doing for the last few classes, and I'm also going to do a little bit more extended until the end of the video, so that until at the end of the lesson, so you guys can be able to just keep up and understand what we're doing. So the first thing that we did, I'm just gonna go through and then I'll explain in a voiceover probably. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to be doing is I am going over to the components to search for the canvas. And if you guys remember, the canvas is where we put the sprites and the characters. So underneath add components, type canvas, and then drag that in. And then we're adding in a label. And you type in label and add components, and then drag that on top of the canvas. Then press in the label and rename the label so that it says score, and take out the words that are in the label underneath text and write the number 0. All right, so what we did last class, I'm just going to go over, so over here in the design, so we have 2 screens, right? So over here, we're going to screen 2, press screen 2, and make sure on your screen 2 you have a canvas. When you press the middle of your screen, there should be some red dots around a place that says canvas in the upper left corner. Then you're going to have a score with the number 0 right here. So that's what we did in the last class, a couple of classes ago. And so now we're going over here underneath where it says hello world, where it says canvas. You can scroll up and down. So underneath screen 2, you have a score, canvas, and then as you can see, so here is where we have all our components. So everything that's like in our application. And next to each component, there's a little arrow thing, an arrow. So you just a triangle. So you're gonna press on that triangle, and it can minimize or show the different parts of the components. So within the canvas, there is something called a stage. So go ahead and press on the stage right underneath canvas. So what we did was we added 11 sprite types. So, but to add a sprite type, so you go to sprite class, and then there's a button that says add sprite type. So you're just going to add 11 sprite types. So you keep on adding until it's 11. The next thing that we are doing is uploading the images for our sprites or our characters. Previously, we had sent out the images for download. If you downloaded the images, you can we are uploading them at this step. And if you did not download them during the class, I just copied and pasted the URL for each image into the chat, and we just copied and pasted it. So I'm just going to be going over that right now. And over here is where we can see the different components. And this is the area where we can see the different sprites that we will be working with and the different characters and their names. You're going to press sprite type 1. Make sure you're pressing sprite type 1 and not just sprite 1. Make sure you press sprite type 1. Then all the way on the right, it's going to say like sprite type 1 up here. And then I'll have a picture of the beaver. And then underneath it says no file source. Do you guys see this right here? No file source. So right here it says no file source. And to upload the pictures that I've given to you guys, you just press upload files, and then it will bring you to your downloads, and you can like upload a file. So you just press on that, and you can like see your downloads. And then if you don't have it downloaded during the class, I typed the URLs of each image into the chat. So here are all the URLs. So I'm going to start off with the try again URL. I'm just going to Control C and then Control V, and then press add, and then you'll have a try again button appear. And then you're going to press in the beaver, and you're going to press exit. Next, you're going to press in sprite type 2. Oh, sorry, I forgot to say, when you add the image, you're going to go where it says sprite type 1. So next to the name, there is a pen, and if you hover over it, it says rename. And if you press it, you can rename. So just go to backspace and try again. Again, sprite. The next one that I'm going to upload is the start PNG. So going to the file source. If you already have it downloaded, you can press upload file and then look for the PNG, the image that says start. If you don't have it downloaded, type in the URL, copy and paste, and then so also so what some people were experiencing is that when you paste it or type it in the URL into the no file source area and they press enter, it doesn't appear. So in order for it to work, you're supposed to just put in the URL, then press outside of the file source and press add. If you press enter, it will not appear. You have to press add in order for the image to appear. Then exit out of the beaver. Then the next sprite, this is the rocket PNG or image. Press add, exit out of the beaver, and make sure that you're pressing on the sprite type and not like sprite 1, just sprite type. So next we're on to sprite type 4, and this is the forward button. And then add, and then exit out of the beaver, then sprite type 5, which is the meteor. And for the link for the meteor, I know that some people were having some trouble with the link, but I found a different link. And for anyone who needs that, don't be afraid to ask me during class, and I can send that to you as well. Out during today's class, just make sure to ask me. Make sure that everyone is doing is that every time you upload an image, please rename the sprite type so that we can kind of keep everything organized and know what we're working with. So for example, when you upload the start button, make sure that you rename that to say start sprite. And then for the rocket, say rocket sprite. Or you can just say sprite underscore back arrow meteor. Okay, so the next thing that we did was we added the rocket onto the screen. We put that about here. To add the rocket onto the canvas, go to Rocket Sprite, or if you wrote Sprite Rocket, just the name for the rocket underneath the Sprite class, and then drag that onto the canvas, and that will bring the character or sprite onto the canvas. Then we added the start onto the screen, and we put it in about the middle. You can also adjust the size you want, but I'd say to leave the rocket about the same size that it is, and maybe make the start button a little bit bigger. And then also just get rid of any other sprites that are on there. And just deleting that. And that's all we did. So thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks.